It's a good day to be alive. My name is Chioma Okpara. Welcome to Art and Leisure. This is a 30-minute program that focuses on art, culture, tourism, and events. We've got a bumper package for you today. Let's start right away. Living Legends is a project where artists do a life study of a prominent individual. I'm talking about a real-life class. In 6 years, only 6 legends have been so documented that will tell you that the selection process is tough. 10 artists made General Yakubu Gowon, yes, the former head of state, sit at a place for more than 2 hours. What am I talking about? See for yourself. This is Abuja. 10 artists came from different parts of the country for this event. General Yakubu Gowon, who became the 3rd head of state at the age of 32, is now 80 years old. He greets everyone warmly.
Well, nice meeting you.
Dr. Bruce Onobrakpeya, Professor J.P. Clark, and Mr. Kolade Oshinowo are guests. Olu Ajayi, the initiator of this project, briefs him on how the day will go. He takes his seat as the model of the day. Soft background music is on where the artists do their work. 47 minutes have gone by and the general is asked to rest a little.
A round of applause for the general.
That gave me the opportunity to find out why he agreed to sit for this live class.
Well, I don't know what I have done to deserve it except for being 80, but I'm delighted to see some of my elders here who certainly been the earlier living legends, and I'm really grateful for that to be done and to make me meet a lot of the really great artists. All of them are right-handed except there is one that is left-handed. I would like to see his painting though. Well done for taking the time for punishing me to sit down for that long time, but well done to them all.
General Yakubu Gowon's tenure lasted for 9 years. He was Nigeria's head of state from August 1, 1966 to July 29, 1975. Does he collect artworks?
Yes, I do. I do. I used to like photography, but no time for me to do that.
The general is put on the spot.
So we'll give the general his own easel and a canvas.
You know, the painting that I used to do used to be nearly 70 years ago.
Wow. You will sign it. Wow, that's Picasso. Wow.
Break over is back to business.
Will he ever hear the sound of a cuckoo at dawn?
Dr. Bruce Onobrakpeya and Mr. Kolade Oshinowo are veteran artists. They were invited to sit and watch, but they didn't adhere to that.
They didn't plan that I'd be part of the people who were drawing, and so there was no easel position planned for me. And therefore, I have to squeeze in between those positions that were already established. He has different faces, and the different faces cannot be captured in one sitting, one painting, one dressing. And therefore, you have to move around and really contemplate him and draw him in different positions.
He's a man of peace, and that peace is not just from the outside. He has internal peace. The peace comes from within, and so you want to try to capture that essence.
The live class is over and more people are around for the exhibition. The general smiles all through as he sees artists' impression of him on different canvases. His work is also on display.
Now we have to date it.
This exercise was not for amateurs.
All the artists here are professors and lecturers of art, PhD holders in fine art. So what you are seeing are academic interpretation, representation of their experience and encounter with General Gowon.
Different artists, different media, and different interpretations. Some date up to 6 paintings and drawings.
Actually, I was looking at the general as a gentleman. So I use my lines, very soft line, to interpret the gentility of the general.
When I grew up, all the stories I heard about Gowon, his regime, was one of somebody who had a dream for the country, using very tender lines to represent the calmness and subtle nature of General Gowon. Although you may see some hard strokes, reminiscent of his military personality.
I tried to emphasize on the head. This head, I will say, there is a biological armory called the brain that governs this nation. His legacy can never be erased. And that's why you've seen this shadow here. One of them is the National Gallery of Art.
I see a man who has passed through very rough times. One of them was at the brink of collapse. Then another one was the availability of resources, how to manage them.
As the artists finished, the works were framed immediately. Living Legends has been on for 6 years.
It's an established tradition in other parts of the world for dignitaries or distinguished citizens or individuals to be immortalized and put in the body of art. So we felt that in contemporary art, in contemporary history, it would be proper for us to also record in our own time those that we had encounter with, those that formed part of our own culture.
Professor Wole Soyinka, Professor Yusuf Grillo, Dr. Bruce Onobrakweya, Professor J.P. Clark, and the Oba of Benin have been honored this way. General Yakubu Gowon is the 6th legend to be documented.
Retired former head of state, a distinguished Nigerian, a PhD holder, and a fine father.
We know the general as our father because we all here, most of us, we grew up under the distinguished leadership and the good hands of the general to be where we are today.
The general was presented with a painting and also a plaque. An elated past head of state expressed gratitude to Nigerians.
For saying that I've contributed so much to the country. You've forgotten, that it is you, Nigerians, that asked me to go on with one Nigeria. And I said, I cannot do it alone. I need your help, I need your prayers, I need your cooperation so that we can be able to do it. And we did it.
Documenting living legends is the brainchild of Olu Ajayi, a great artist. Wow, it was an awesome time with the general, a case of role reversal. Artists issuing command to the general. General Yakubu Gowon was at home with everybody, students, artists, everybody. That was my closest encounter with him. I had the pleasure of fixing my microphone on him, interviewing him. Nigeria is grateful to him for so many things, the establishment of NYSC, NNPC, and so on. It is not an overstatement to say that Nigeria being one today is largely due to his wise approach to issues. 39 years after leaving office, what do we see? Adeola Balogun sees a mirage. Adeola Balogun is a sculptor. He's also a teacher. Traveling, which is one of his hobbies, enables him to interact with people of different races and backgrounds. He titled his solo exhibition, Mirage.
Mirage, it connotes what you couldn't achieve, and with most of the works displayed here, it's actually an allusion to some of those things in our life, politically, socially, that we just couldn't, realize.
Old tires and other discarded materials are useful to him.
I have some mixed media with tires and even the stuff, the 3D stuff here. So I have, which I titled Mirage, which also carries the exhibition title Mirage. It's about the fact that these are situations we have at hand. It's like we have a mirage at hand. The hiding places are just about the fact that a lot of things, a lot of atrocities are being committed around here in this climb, and you discover that nothing seems to be done to actually resolve the situation. I actually, use a school of fish as a metaphor. When they are being approached by predators, they have a way of dodging, right? And at the same time come back together. So it's like I totally encircled. With us as a people, we go about our business as if nothing is happening, because you heard about bombing here, bombing there. People are dying, right? But on a peripheral level, it will seem as if nothing, except you are actually witness this. You can only survive by coming together. So that is what this is all about. I titled it encircled, as regards the fact that all around us, yes, we have challenges, but how do we resolve it? It's only about coming together for us to be able to defeat whatever challenge we're having.
You can accuse him of devoting more time to drawing female figures, but it is for a just cause.
During one of my journeys outside the country, it happens to be a medium that I came across. I've been working with it, but the material I encountered actually motivated me towards that. And going by what we're going through as a nation, that is talking about the female gender generally. Because I was telling somebody, why did Boko Haram kidnap girls? Why not boys? Because we all know that the female genders are vulnerable. I have over 50 drawings on this particular theme, which I titled Veiled. That is the Veiled series, right? And why did I title it Veiled? It has to do with the fact that we've had stories. There have been accusation and counter-accusation as those responsible for this mishap. I will call it that, because we don't know the fate of those girls now. So it's like the whole situation seems murky. We don't understand what is going on. So it's like we are veiled to these children, to these girls. We are brothers, we are fathers to them, and this is not our dream for them.
Adeola Balogun is a senior lecturer at the School of Art, Design and Printing, Yaba College of Technology. Using his works to make social statements has become a lifestyle.
Having visitors from other part of the world, you get to know that those things that seem unachievable to us in other climes, it's taken for granted. Where we are still yearning for it, over there they are already thinking of something else. The issue of Nigerian situation has become a kind of mirage, and at the same time, I think to a large extent we also contributed to it, because like the saying goes, what you sow is what you reap. And the only way out is for us to look inward and see how we can correct the situation rather than lamenting about it. Talk about religion, tribalism, all these are dividing us. But you and I know that when Ebola came, it seems as if we don't have any hiding place. What did we do? We came together and defeated this virus. So it's about, if we can use the same spirit with which we defeated Ebola, that is, are we actually looking for progress? Are we actually thinking of how we can make progress as a people? For us to do that, I think it's about the fact that we need to eschew all these sentiments.
Different materials obey his command, and this has made him become one of the successful contemporary sculptors in Nigeria. He's participated in many exhibitions, won awards, and done commissioned jobs. He's already working on his next solo exhibition. Welcome back. It is well with Nigeria. Thank you so much, Adeola Balogun. Okechukwu Eze studied fine art at the Institute of Management and Technology in Enugu. He lives and works in Lagos. Though not a full-time studio artist, he's been able to paint and sculpt different art pieces enough for a solo exhibition. You'd find this interesting, so stay. Traced Route is what Okechukwu Eze titled this solo exhibition.
When I had in mind that I want to do an exhibition, I was really thinking of the title. Then I went back to my old collection, started looking at my works in the past, even before I joined tertiary institution to study art. And I really told myself, why don't you trace back and you now project where you're going. And the title Trace Truth now came into my mind. This year, 2014, marks it 10 years. I gained admission to study art in the Institute of Marist and Technology, IMT. So I think it's kind of putting the clause to it that I want to mark that 10 years anniversary and looking back where it all started from, and to put everything together as a to package and show people that this is what I've been doing for the past 10 years.
There are 30 works on display. Some are in series.
This panel painting, you can see 3 faces. The first picture is telling about a young girl that have got the book of love right there in her hand. Instead of her to read the manual or the book or the story of love, she's busy gazing at the sky, or she's lost. Wow, I love this, my man. Now, when you look at the second painting here, she's now matured in her early 20s. When you look at the pillow she's hugging onto, the blues are for the boys, the pink are for the ladies, the white are for the boys, the pink are for the ladies. She has fallen in love and out of love, and you can see tears of joy or tears of pain. Now, at the last piece here, she has closed her eyes towards the book, the smile of accomplishment. In this picture here, you can see that there's a flower painting on her wall, which shows family, her husband, and her son. Now, she's so happy that at the last page of love, it has really paid out. Everything here is just purely waste. In this composition, I'm trying to depict this picture of a DJ, somebody that you can lean on to when your heart is broken, when you've passed through a daily stress, when you're coming back from work, they hold up, you turn up to the radio, they play you that song that will console you and relieve your stress. And over here, we have a family outing. In Lagos here where we live, families don't go out anymore due to the circumstances they find themselves. Right here now, I'm trying to sculpt a family reunion, a family outing, family picnic.
As an experimental artist, he's used different media to address different issues.
The title of this work is The Prey and the Predator. You can see a big fish and a fisherman. And this tells about the story we Lagosians pass through every day. We are like hustlers every day in Lagos, going about our daily activities, trying to make ends meet. In fact, this story tells me that in Lagos you can make money. The title of this piece is Packaged. In Lagos, they say packaging sells. And there's this other saying that said you can sell anything in Lagos as far as it's well packaged. As a restless artist, I have this attitude of collecting waste, mostly poly waste. When I say poly waste, it's waterproof, materials that are biodegradable. So what we have here is a composition of waste being framed up, packaged, and ready for sale. Key man is the man with the key. There's a human figure here that looks like a keyhole. Now, you have to have the key to unlock your destiny. It's called winning souls. When gathering all these cans of shoe polish, close to about 400 pieces of them here. Now, I told myself, look, if I could go this far to gather this piece of cans to produce an artwork, I wish that I could win souls for Christ this way.
Okechukwu Eze has participated in group exhibitions and art competitions. He's also won awards. This is his first solo outing, and many are happy for him.
I came to this exhibition and I was like surprised, seeing Okechukwu Eze's works. He's more of a sculptor, all right? But when I saw some of the metal work and I've seen paintings, like I told him these particular paintings here, they are like series of paintings, similar colors, similar stories.
He has a fantastic works. And as a sculptor, even though he's a sculptor, but he has a lot of paintings that speaks volume, especially the one they call Bring Back Our Girls and the last Molue.
This exhibition took place in Lagos, and Okechukwu Eze has resolved to be a regular exhibitor. Welcome back. Yes, we're celebrating creativity in the arts. Recently, the federal government organized a get-together for actors, writers, artists, and musicians. I've never seen all the groups under one roof, but we all had a swell time. Take a look. They are celebrities from different subsectors of the Nigerian creative industry. Patrons, industrialists, and top government officials also made out time to be here. The federal government is pleased with the creative people in the art world. High Chief Edem Duke, the Minister of Tourism, Culture, and National Orientation, represented the President, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan.
Our movie industry has moved us into the homes of people in every continent of the world. And I say to my colleagues, it is only when culture gets there that business begins to come. So also tonight I am proud of our entertainers. It was with pride that I spent a quarter of a day earlier in the year to see the works of Benewon and the rest of them adorning no other place than Buckingham Palace. Not too long ago, Mr. President had the opportunity of a visit from the world-renowned designer Roberto Cavalli, who came to celebrate and appreciate our fashion designers. Need I speak about our writers, many of whom have their works translated into languages that we cannot even imagine.
Encomiums were also showered on the federal government.
Your Excellency, I'd like to use this opportunity to thank you for being physically present at the final burial rites for Anna's initiator and first president, late Emeritus Professor Chinua Achebe. It is also on record that you gave awesome support to the successful organization of the International Colloquium on Arrow of God at 50.
I say a very big thank you to Mr. President for his special greetings to me during the celebration of my 80th birthday and during the award to me by Smithsonian Museum of African Art in the United States of America. I want to thank Mr. President for graciously writing the foreword to my latest monograph, The Mask of the Flaming Arrows. I ask Mr. President kindly to accept a complimentary copy.
Dr. Bruce Onobrakweya has been an artist for more than 50 years. He highlighted areas the government should focus on.
The occasion provides me the opportunity to plead with Mr. President to look into two areas. The first is the implementation of the National Endowment for the Arts, which would include social welfare for the artists and grant to empower them to take care of their various associations and carry out projects. The second is the building of infrastructure to showcase artistic products.
One after the other, those with sonorous voices performed to the delight of the audience. Despite being faced with many challenges, Nigeria has remained one nation. Many citizens are in an optimistic mood. There's no other country we can call our own. If we want a united nation, if we want a peaceful nation, if we want a Nigeria that works, then let's do all we have to do conscientiously. Marist Comprehensive Academy has churned out students who are contributing to the growth and development of our great nation. The Lagos branch of its own Students Association organized an end-of-the-year party. It was indeed a reunion. Watch this. They are all grown now. They spent 6 years of their lives at Marist Comprehensive Academy, a mixed secondary school located in Uturu Okigwe, Abia State.
It was scary, fun, annoying.
Harmattan, you fetch water in the night and you use it in the morning. The water is cold, you are taking your bath outside and you're on the hill. So that was extreme cold down there in your system. And I did that for 6 years and I find it difficult now to take my bath with hot water. So, and then yeah, we had some serious labor, like everybody will tell you. And it has molded me to become more responsible basically. And coupled with the upbringing of Brother Thomas, where he tells you that if you fail maths or English, you're not going to go to the next class. Maths and English were prime.
I remember my very first day in Marist, just as we landed and settled down. A few hours after settling down, they told us to go and pick some benches from transit. The carpentry workshop was in transit, and to bring the benches all the way from transit to the male hostel. 5 minutes after we landed, I and my very good friend from primary school that joined Marist at the same time in 1986, we just felt, why would these people be bothering us so early? Just as the long queue of boys were moving towards there, we said, let's sneak out, and we sneaked out. One gentleman caught us. He was in JS3 at the time, Jude Apoke, so he was our senior. He was so shocked that a minute or less than an hour in school, we were already dodging. And then because of the constant hunger, we always used to soak Gary, so soak atua was a very popular thing. Marist remains my best 6 years, the best 6 years of my life. I had fantastic friends, people like Henry Bay, people like Chidi Ezaku, that have moved on to different parts of the world today. And I also remember the constant fights. So I remember the bullies in my class. I remember Man Paulinus, fantastic bully. We also had some elders in my class that used to keep us in shape and ensure that we were very well behaved. Matthew Mary, who is a reverend brother today, he was a fantastic elder. He helped us, and we also had some bullies, some female bullies who could take on boys and bully some of us. I also remember one punishment I suffered in the hands of the labor master, Mr. Rimono, and that was because I continued to chase around Pamela Ofo and continued calling her Pampa Mumen, and she went to report me and several other boys to Master Rimono, and Master Rimono gave us the lashing of our lives for calling her Pampa Mumen. Plenty fun memories.
Senior prefect was the highest leadership position amongst students.
Some teachers there were trying to tell me a few things to do. So I told them, I can take your advice, but you cannot tell me how to do my job. First of all, I did not campaign, and I did not ask for the post. You people gave it to me. So if you don't like how I'm doing it, you are free to take it. So it was a good experience. That's when I learned a bit about how to do politics. It was a good experience. Sometimes I still see my juniors, some of them here. What I'm happy is at least 95% of them are happy to see me. The remaining 5% are those that felt maybe I dealt with them too much. But I'm happy that a higher percentage are still happy to see me, and they always have good moments. Some things I said, I did not even know I was saying. They remind me. So very funny remarks. All in all, it was an awesome experience. I thank God for going to Marist. It's a privilege, it was an honor, and I'm happy to be a part of the Marist family.
Everyone here belongs to the Lagos chapter of Osamca. Osamca is an acronym for Old Students Association of Marist Comprehensive Academy. This is the newest chapter to be inaugurated.
Just recently, at October, when I was approached by someone from Abuja, and then they told us about the upcoming reunion, and then suddenly the convention thing came about in Port Harcourt in November also. So we felt the need to actually come together and be part of what other chapters like Abuja and Port Harcourt, who have kind of been stronger than us, have been doing. So we're just about 5 of us. We came together and said, okay, how do we do this? We told everybody to drop numbers of people that they have. They drop numbers, we formed a database, and with that, we started reaching out and telling people about our first few meetings. And here's where we are now.
At this reunion, not everybody remembered the weddings of the school anthem. The cake was cut by the past senior prefects. This get-together was for old students and their families. The kids were in their own world. Marist Comprehensive Academy is run by Marist brothers. They set high standards for the students.
One good thing I took out from Marist was believing in myself. We came into the school when it was still in its pioneer status. I think I came in as we had the fourth set. So by the time we were in the school, we didn't have lots of teachers in most of our subjects. But the then principal, Brother Thomas, made us to believe in ourselves and made us to actually know that we can actually buy these textbooks, read by ourselves, that we don't really need teachers. So it kind of brought out a new spirit in us. We were able to read by ourselves, took some exams, and we actually passed it. That's one of my high points. And on the religious part of it, the school got us very grounded. We have moral instructions on Sundays. We pray almost every day. So our closeness to God was actually defined, and our foundation in religion was actually born from that school.
We had a very regimented lifestyle in school. We had time to wake up, time to go to morning mass, to school, to prep, lights out and all that. And at the time, I didn't appreciate that. Not until I left school, and then my first job, when I was doing my IT in NAFDAC, and then afterwards when I finished school and I was working. Till to date, I've never been late for work. And I keep getting that award over and over and over again. It's like, so I just found out that it was a habit I inculcated when I learned when I was in Marist, timekeeping. So I always learned to keep the time. Secondly, I would say discipline.
Mostly the prayer. No, we prayed 17 times in a day. So mostly the prayer. The prayer, the discipline. You have to be on time. So punctuality and prayer.
Osamca Lagos chapter is only 2 months old, but her aspirations are high.
After this, the reunion continues. The whole idea of this thing is unity, for us to come together, be brothers to ourselves, help others, the young coming ones, because Osamca is ever evolving, it's here to stay. So we always have new people coming out. They want somewhere to run to. They want people to help them out. And then who already are in our own little way established, we will look out to help others and ourselves too who are established. My plan over time is, if you have a job, if you have a particular field, please think first of your Osamca member and give him a job, get him something to do. Give him a contract, you're building a house, so one of us is a supplier, get him first. If he doesn't have those materials to supply, look within us before you go out.
Port Harcourt, Enugu and Abuja chapters have had their end-of-the-year parties. The national executives were drawn from different chapters. Every year, a national convention is held. Many of the old students of Marist Comprehensive Academy work in choice places. Nice to have you back. You really missed a lot. If you were not there, yes, I have to rub it in. By the way, that's my alma mater. I can't believe I left secondary school 22 years ago. Thank you for saying I don't look it. Yes, I heard you. Marist Comprehensive Academy taught me to be independent and confident. Thank you so much, Reverend Brother Thomas Izako. Thank you to all my teachers. And thank you for watching Art and Leisure today. You can watch this episode over and over again. Just go to www.artandleisure.com.ng. Please leave comments afterwards. My name is Chioma Okpara. Let's do this again, same time next week. Until then, love yourself. Love Nigeria.